Okay, hello and welcome to this weather report. Uh, well, this is not. Like I said, this is going to be a couple of now through the weekend. I guess you could just call it a weather update. I guess for the weekend, and going back, looking at back at the past couple of days here. Again, we don't do these every day, but just showing you today. Something very unusual happened today. We actually had a band of clouds and even some showers pop up over Suffolk County today. And you can see Nassau County was clear, New Jersey was clear, and we had a bunch of clouds pop up in New Jersey in the afternoon. However, for the afternoon, Nassau County and western Suffolk were clear. But you had this weird band of clouds, and actually, if we go to the Weather Service website, you'll see here that they actually have a train sky warning spotter reported. We had this yesterday, and it happened again today. A funnel cloud was reported, and a water spout may be possible in this afternoon near Great South Bay, Peconic Bay, and Central Long Island Sound as a narrow cloud band moves slowly across. And let's see, is that one of the pictures of the water spout? It is not one of the pictures of the water spout, but there was actually a water spout that was reported. Oddly enough, so let's see if the Weather Service brought this up on their Twitter. Let's see if they did. There was actually a special marine warning out for this. 10 hours ago it happened, but there was a special marine warning out for this, which is very, very unusual. And there was actually a water spout that was there, Fire Island water spout. Of course, I don't understand why they don't want to put the links up, but we're going to just show you that we have here. There was a water spout yesterday as well, off Fire Island as well. So this is what it looked like yesterday. This is off of Watch Hill. So it's very unusual to have this kind of weather here. Let's see, Samantha Ojiri on Twitter. Let's see, she might have brought this up again. This was from yesterday, but let's see if she brought this up again today, because there was a water spout over the Great South Bay this evening. So take a look at some of these images that have been put up here. Wow, this is very unusual to see. Great South Bay this evening. I guess further out east, I guess, where they had these clouds. Very, very unusual. Very unusual to see that. Quite unusual. Anyway, I'll just show you some pictures. I have a video already of the fall foliage. I was enjoying that clear sky. We had it luckily in Southard's Lake and Babylon. You can see we had a few more clouds pop up in the afternoon. You see a few high clouds, a few mid-level, and then the evening we had mostly clear skies again. This is at Rockville Center, of course, and I just didn't want to leave. It was so nice. There was such a nice, refreshing breeze there. Nice colors. And you'll see that in the video. But anyway, yeah, quite unusual to see this band pop up. What can I say? So let's take a look back at the weather we've had this week here, and we're going to look at a few sites here, just a few. Islip here, and I'll go to the 7-day here. So we're going to have to go over the past, 3 days or so here. But you can see today we got up into the mid-60s today, so close to normal. You can see the humidity levels have risen somewhat. So let's see, dew points are in the low 50s right now. But they were in the 40s. Generally speaking, you can see the dew points weren't that low, and we actually had a little bit of rain reported here in the morning at Islip as well. So this was not expected at all. Very unusual to see, and I don't know what caused that, convergence feature or something. The clouds, it's very unusual. At night, we got down to the 40s, so you could see that low of 45 this morning. Pretty chilly out there. And we'll go back to the other highs and lows for the other days. Well, I can actually show this to you on the other thing. But let's go to West Hampton as well, because West Hampton actually might have had more of that shower activity. It's 57, dew points up to 54 there. And you could see here it did drop down to 43 at night, but let's go ahead and look and see if they got into that rain. Yeah, the clouds around. It doesn't look like any rain was reported out there. You can see, yeah, it got down 39, and then if we go back to the 18th here, our highs and lows for the 18th at West Hampton. West Hampton got down to 44 on the 18th. Yeah, 38 actually. So actually, no, 38 was the low for the 17th. So we'll go back one more day here at West Hampton. So you get an idea of what the weather was like scrolling through here. I know that's what happens when I don't do a weather update every day, but I just can't go over the statistics every day. But we'll put you see temperatures generally are in the upper 50s to low 60s right now, though it is down to 48 at Miller Air Park, it looks like, so it has dropped down there. So let's go to the highs first. Highs, generally you can see mid-60s, upper 60s in New Jersey, close to 70 there, and then the lows, low 39 at West Hampton. So it did get down to 39 at West Hampton, and other sites were in the mid-40s. Pretty chilly morning overall, even here. It got cool, mid-40s in Nassau County as well. Much of Long Island, the city was in the low 50s, and Jersey also. Look at that, a 34 there at Miller Air Park. That's pretty chilly. It actually beat out West Hampton, so that's pretty interesting there. Unfortunately, like I said, I can't pop up. If I put historical on, this is what happens. It just goes to like the first. I can't like show the date. It doesn't work. So this is the problem. It doesn't work. So I can't go back and show this to you, unfortunately. So what we can do is we can go in here and review. Let's go in here and go to our climate statistics here, our local past weather. Observed weather, ice slip. All right, so ice slip, you can see the high was 65. So near normal today, pretty much high 65, low 45. And we could just go right back onto the sites here. Yesterday, October 18th, 65 and 47. So just a little bit above normal yesterday, very slightly, more or less at normal. 66, 47 at islip was for Wednesday. Actually, that was for Tuesday. So I'll just go past all of these here. So this is for your Tuesday, 66 and 47. So just a little bit above normal that day. You can see we did have some light rain on certain days here. All right, so they actually have to take two of them. But we'll go to this one here. This is Mondays here, so this will be the last one. We'll have to go over 64 and 45. So close to normal for the temperatures. Unfortunately, they don't actually give West Hampton. Unfortunately, I can't pick West Hampton here. Maybe I can. Hold on. Data for a month. Well, we could do monthly summarized data. No, we're not doing. Yeah, they don't really make it easy to show you. We can, yeah, they really don't. A daily almanac, yeah, we can do that. Okay. So we can click for the calendar and we can go back and look at, let's say the 18th for West Hampton, all right? And then it says go. So this is a different site, so this is a different site here. So 42 is the low, West Hampton. Unfortunately, you can't just go back and look at it. So this is the problem. So I can't, because I can't do the weather updates every day, I can't really show you what the temperatures were at West Hampton every night, because I know I'd like to look at the lows at West Hampton and see what they were. But you can see here, it's 39 this morning, and yesterday was, let's see, the 18th was 44 for a low, and the 17th, we can only go back to that, was 38 for a low. Yeah, this only goes back that far, so like I'd have to go back to where I closed the weather and hazards map. So whatever the case is, it's going to be hard to get the data. Unfortunately, they don't let us see it. I'd have to go back to the weather and hazards map if I want to view a little more here. And again, go over the lows at West Hampton, because it's very interesting to look at the radiational cooling, I find, and look at that. So again, we can go to that 7-day and we can look at the radiational cooling. Again, so we got, well, let's go back to the, so we'll go back to the 17th here. That low was, let's see, 38. So on the 17th, it got down to 38. And on the 16th, it got down to 36. So, yeah, they had some pretty chilly nights there in West Hampton. Again, so it's just very interesting, that radiational cooling effect. And I'm sure that they had it also in New Jersey as well. So if we went to look at Miller Air Park, which is reporting again, you can see that Miller Air Park is another cold spot. And we'll see the same thing there as well. So it got down to 34 this morning, which, again, very chilly for them. It just shows you how impressive that radiational cooling is. It got down to 42 on the 18th. Actually, no, it got down to 30, and it got down to 39 on the 17th. And on the 16th, well, we can't go. I guess it's not going to go back that far, but I've wasted enough time on this. You know, we're not going to, when you get that radiational cooling, I like to talk about it, you know. Whatever the case is, we're going to see our temperatures rise as well as moisture levels rise, because when we look at our weather map here, you'll see here that we've got the storm system here, cold front, more humidity coming out in front of it. Looking at the radar, you can see that rain, though it doesn't really look all that impressive. It's showery, it's scattered. That rain that is occurring over Ohio and stuff like that. We can go to the Ventu sky. I also want to look at the radar for a moment and just do a radar rewind and show you what was going on here. Somebody said they got water spouts. There were water spouts, but no actual precipitation associated with this. But there were showers this morning. Why is there nothing showing up on here? There were showers being reported this morning. Light rain was reported at Islip, but nothing shows up on the radar. That's weird. But you can see there's that cloud plume. So it was just a cloud plume. I guess there wasn't any... we'll check again. Because I know light rain was reported at Islip. I'm losing my mind. But I guess yesterday there were showers, though. If we go back to yesterday, you'll see that there were actually showers out over the east end. There was, like I said, water spouts associated with these showers. You can see there, they were kind of just light showers. Didn't last very long, but still, it's just this instability in the air that caused this deformation band of clouds to form. Is, really, really unusual. Actually, can we get a little more on the satellite here? I'm going to put this all the way back to 160. So you can take a look at this. This band right here is a very unusual band of clouds that just formed over Long Island. Very, very unusual. See kind of there, just a deformation band, like a convergence band. I don't know what the heck that was about. I've never seen anything like that, but when you're dealing with the changing climate, hey, anything can happen at this point. So looking at the MODIS satellite here, you can see it there as well. But if we pan out, you'll see we have a new tropical storm, Tammy, and we also have as well Hurricane Norma. All right, so if we go to the Hurricane Center here, we'll first talk about Tammy here. Maximum sustained winds are, it's going to stay out over the, let's take a look at our little map here, warning cone here. And this thing looks like it's going to intensify into a hurricane, and it's going to affect some of these islands here before it recurves out to sea. So this one, Tammy is going to be one that we're going to have to watch. Obviously not going to affect the eastern seaboard, but still it is organizing. Tammy is slowing down and reorganizing. Tropical storm conditions and heavy rain expected to begin tomorrow for portions of the Leeward Islands. As of 11 p.m., its location is 13.8 north, 57.1 west, about 165 miles east-northeast of Barbados, about 270 miles east-southeast of Martinique. Maximum sustained winds of 60 miles an hour, moving west-northwest at 10 miles an hour. Minimum sunshine pressure 1,001 millibars to 9.56 inches. And that's not the only one that we have to watch that is an issue. Norma is going to be hitting land, and Norma is intensifying, so public advisory on that. Norma is expected to bring heavy rainfall and flooding to southern Baja, California. As of 9 p.m., its location is 18.2 north, 108.1 west, about 255 miles west-southwest of Manzanillo, Mexico, and about 345 miles south-southeast of Cabo San Lucas. Maximum sustained winds are now up to 120 miles an hour, moving north at 7 miles an hour. Minimum sunshine pressure 948 millibars, 28 inches, and I believe that's a Category 3 hurricane that we're dealing with right now in that area. Yeah, we're going to want to look at some of those satellite imagery from these storms, and yeah, we can look at the cone as well. So you can see this is going to affect hurricane warnings already in effect for southern Baja California, and this could go into Mexico and cause a lot of heavy rain as well. So let's look at the mesoscale. We'll first, storms, here we go. Tammy. We'll first start with Tammy. So this is Tammy right now. You're looking disorganized, but you see, look at that convection blossoming. So you can see that's definitely something that's strengthening. Now we go look at Norma. And Norma definitely is strengthening quite rapidly. So this thing is going to become quite strong. So we'll go to the tropical tidbits here. We'll go start with the current storms here. So again, this is Tammy right here. We'll just look at the spaghetti models. They all recurve it out to sea. You see that. They pretty much all recurve it out to sea. So it's not really, except for these islands, they could get brushed by it. It could still cause elevated surf, though. And this is the GEF, which is a little concerning. Some of them take it left. And look at this intensity guidance, man. A lot of them take it up to a Cat 3. Some of them even take it up to a Category 4. So, yeah, that's pretty intense right there. And then we go look at Norma. And you can see Norma here on the satellite. Really good outflow here. Really, look at that pink. That's really high cloud tops. That's a really strong storm right there. It's got plenty of warm water to work with. We already know the track on it. But they do seem to have it weakening because it does move into that colder water that's around Baja California. That should hopefully weaken it a little bit. So let's get back to the story at hand, which is the rain that we're going to be dealing with tomorrow. So let's look at the GFS here. This is the 18Z GFS. And you'll see here's your storm system here that's going to bring that rain. Though it's the good news is it's not all of Saturday is going to be a washout. I think it moves away later on in the day. You'll see this is low resolution here, but it does move away. And then we have cold and brisk conditions for your Sunday. Yeah, it's going to be pretty chilly on Sunday. Much colder than it has been this week. This week was pretty mild and seasonal. So let's go now. We already kind of know the deal, so we'll go ahead and look at the short-range models here because that will give us a better idea of what to expect from this storm here. So you can see the rain breaking out already. You're going to be dealing with it before sunrise tomorrow. You can see showers throughout the day there, but it could taper off later in the afternoon with just some very widely scattered showers, perhaps. But there still could be a couple of heavy ones here, a couple of heavy ones that pop up, and then another batch there that pops up. But for Saturday, just a little rain in the early part of the day, and that's it. It's out of here. There's your intensifying low, but that's it. It's out of here. All the models pretty much agree on this particular track here. If we look at the total accumulated precip for tomorrow, you'll see that some areas could still get at 1 to maybe some isolated areas of 2 inches, depending on where these heavier rain bands set up. That's the HRRR. Now we can look at the NAM3 as well, the 0Z NAM3, which we also have as well. You see pretty much an agreement here, similar look. You can see, though, those scattered showers, so it won't be a steady, all constant rain. There'll be scattered showers. They may have on and off, but, when they do hit, they could be heavy at times. You can see a few of them breaking out toward tomorrow night. And then here we are Saturday. It's out of here. And luckily, we don't have to deal with any more. Though we'll have to watch this on Sunday I don't think that's going to come back at us, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. And we'll know more on that on Sunday, I guess, right? So let's go back to the HRRR, and we'll look at our 2 points in wind flow. So you can see the moisture that's going to be coming in. Southeasterly winds there, damp conditions. We're going to have that with us tomorrow. And then as we go into Saturday, by noon or afternoon, the winds shift back to the northwest. And that's that cooler air coming in, that cooler, drier air coming in behind the storm there. So as far as temperatures go, they're not going to drop off that much tonight. 50s will do it. And then tomorrow's going to be kind of mild. It's going to get probably, it could be up into the upper 60s perhaps, even though we won't see the sun because that's warm air that's advecting into the area, mid to upper 60s. And then we don't drop back much tomorrow night. It's going to be kind of muggy. And then Saturday, we see the temperatures drop throughout the day into the 50s. And then at night, we'll We want to look at the GFS and go a little further here. I don't have enough of the 0Z GFS in, but you'll see as we go into Sunday, the temperatures drop, and we are only struggling to reach it to the mid to upper 50s, perhaps. So it will be a lot cooler. We can look at the GFS for total accumulated precip as well. I think we have an agreement on generally what's going to happen here. GFS not quite as heavy as the HRRR. It all depends on where those isolated showers are. Most people will probably see between a quarter, 3/4 of an inch, and maybe 1.5 inches. But there could be isolated areas that could be a little bit higher than that. We'll go ahead and look at this field as well. So it kind of shows you. There's some, like I said, there's some really dark greens that come in tomorrow, right? But then there's a little break in the evening, and that's where we might get a little bit of a break. So you might have some time where it's not raining, particularly late afternoon and the evening. And then here comes another batch for your early part of Saturday. And then by the time we get into the evening, you can see the drier air is taking over. Though there could still be more rain on the first part of Saturday. I mean, it's not going to be great. Sunday is definitely going to be a better day. But you can see, look at that green up there. We have to watch. That could rotate around on Monday and give us another shower chance. But we'll talk more about that on Sunday night, because that's when the next weather update, or shall I say weather report, will be. So today it's a weather update, and it'll be a weather report. So I generally expect like 2 to 3 a week. Unless, of course, we have a really active, unusual weather, then I'll do it more often. So lastly, we'll look at the skies. Make sure you have the RGM out to the 0Z RGM. Obviously, that's not going to go far enough. Going to just show you this. So obviously tomorrow we have clouds, so you're not going to see the sun tomorrow. And for Saturday, you might see it, especially if you're in New Jersey, toward later in the afternoon, mixing with some clouds. And for Sunday, looks like we start off mostly sunny, and then we could have a lot of cloud buildup in the afternoon, perhaps. But other than that, yeah, we're going to have to deal with that rain tomorrow. And it's going to be the worst part of it, again, looks to be, we can actually go to the FV3 high res, which is yet another model of the GFS we could take a look at as far as tomorrow goes. So you can get an idea, again, of that rain. So here's that. So it looks like you're going to have your first batch in the early part of tomorrow, another batch. You can see that it wants to generate another batch. I mean, there could be another batch moving through around the dinner hour, perhaps, and then a little more Saturday morning, and then it's out of here, except for some very widely scattered sprinkles. But one thing you see is these isobars are close together, so it will be pretty breezy behind this system. So if we look at the winds here, you'll see there'll be some breezy conditions behind it. Nothing damaging, but, go to the regular GFS, which go back to the 18Z here, but you'll see it will be a little bit breezy, but nothing damaging. It'll feel like fall, basically. So the main issue is obviously the rain tomorrow. Let's go back to the Ventus sky site for a moment, and I'll look at the thunderstorm threat for tomorrow, which there is a little bit of cape out there, so you can see a little bit of cape. So, yeah, these aren't just going to be showers. There could be some thunder accompanied with them, perhaps. Again, because of the warm, humid nature of the air. Lifting index, there's definitely some. So these storms, some of them could be maybe on the strong side, perhaps. Though I don't think the Storm Prediction Center put us in anything. But lastly, let's check that before I end this weather update. So it says no organized severe thunderstorms forecast. We can go to the day 2 convective outlook now. They don't have us in anything. So I think we're okay with that. But we're going to deal with more rain again, and I know we're all tired of it. But at least it's just one day. It'll be out of here, and we'll have to see what happens. But we'll have to see. You might just want to stay inside tomorrow if this rain just decides to be a problem all day. But hopefully we get at least maybe a little bit of a break. But I think Saturday is going to be better than tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be the day that we're going to get most of the rain. So that wraps it up. Good night.